Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Mike. I'm hoping you guys can hear me because I have my microphone kind of in a weird spot here. Um, so I really wanted to come on here not for too long, but just to kind of talk on the point of investing in yourself and how and why some people, I believe, kind of misinterpret what that actually means. Okay, so first and foremost, when someone says, "Hey, I'm going to invest in myself," what that means is you're putting something in, so you're taking something and you're investing, right? Like it might be money, time, energy, and when you say the word invest, that means you're vesting in something. That means you're vesting in something. So that means that you should be able to know what your return is on the other side of it. I see too many people, they're saying, "Oh, I'm investing in themselves," and they're spending money on like courses and stuff like that, which is good, but they're not sitting down and quantifying what that should actually bring them. What should that bring you? Is that more money? Is it you becoming something greater? Is that you being able to do something better? Is that you being able to help more people? Is that you being able to have a greater impact, have more leverage? Like, what does it mean on the other side of the investment? If you're not focusing on what that is, then it's very difficult to invest in yourself. So like with me right now, like I'm very focused on transforming elements of my business now so that I have a certain level of scalability to it. But at the same time, I want to be able to impact more people. So I've literally put together a plan to say, if I invest a certain amount of time, energy, and money into training myself to create like an e-business, an information-based and intellectual-based business, that's centered on coaching and e-products and stuff like that, then I'm able to get this. I'm able to create a product that's worth $100, $200, $300, $400, $1,000, $2,000, and I'm able to get a certain number of people to consume it. And then I'm able to take that capital that I would make and reinvest in my ability to do even more. That is how I'm perceiving gathering the resources to invest in myself, because I'm focused on what the outlook or the onset is, what the output is. If you're a professional and you're like, "Hey, I want to invest in myself," don't just find don't just find a course, or don't just find a thing to put money into. Really sit down and think about what it is that you actually want to get out of it. And I'm gonna tell you this, and the reason I'm even going live is because that shit's not easy. It's not easy. Like, I've been at this for years. I've been at this for years. And I'm just starting to see clarity in like kind of what it means to like invest in myself. I'm just starting. I mean, I've been purchasing courses and reading stuff and spending time and energy and all this other stuff for years, but I'm just starting to get to the point where I'm like, man, all right, what's on the other side of me consuming this thing? What's on the other side of me taking this course, buying this course, taking this training, entering into this program, reading this book? What's on the other side of it? It's not just me doing it thinking that something's gonna magically fall in my lap. It's me saying, "Hey, I am being intentional about what it is that I'm doing, so that I can ultimately reap the fruit of what it should produce." All right. So if you are, and I'm trying to put this in as best layman terms as possible. If you are a professional an entrepreneur, a small business owner, a consultant, advisor, a coach, if you're somebody who's like, man, like I need help with something, don't just focus on don't just focus on the fact that you need help. Focus more so on what you're gonna get. Okay. And the reason I titled this like invest in yourselves, damn, is because I titled it Invest in Yourselves Damn because people refrain from actually investing in themselves because of what I'm saying. They haven't gotten excited about what's on the other side of investing in themselves because they haven't painted that picture of, what is it am I gonna get? What am I gonna get from buying this course? What am I gonna get from reading this book? What am I gonna get from carving out 30 minutes a day doing this? What am I gonna get? And because you didn't create that picture that you want to aim to, you don't invest. Like, you won't invest in it. You won't buy the program. You won't buy the course. You won't read the book. You won't do the shit. That's the reality. So I implore you, if you do have aspirations to do different things, to lose weight, um invest in yourself, or not, let me not use the same term as, to grow your business, to grow your sales, to grow your reach, to increase your, like, if you have a nonprofit organization, to increase your impact, to increase your donations, to increase your fundraising, to increase your outreach, your awareness. If you're a like regardless of what you are, like, you have to be an artist. You have to be an artist, and you have to, like, paint this picture that when you look at it, it moves you. Like, it makes you think, man, I want that thing. I want that thing. I need that thing. And when you say I want that thing, that is what gets you to actually invest the right way. Like, have you ever seen those people that like, they'll spend money on programs. They'll spend the money. But that's exactly what they did. They spent money. They didn't invest money. They spent money. They didn't invest money. And the reason why was because they spent money not creating enough clarity on the other side of what they would be doing in order to make most or make best use of what they even invested in. When you separate with something. So think about this, right? Like think about when you spend something. When you spend, what you're doing is you're essentially separating with something that you hold valuable, right? You spend money. So let's just say you spend time. You're separating with your ability to expend that time doing other things. You're spending time, you're giving it, you're sort of sacrificing, or you're separating with that time, and you're giving it to something. If you spend money, you're separating with money and you're giving it. When you spend energy, you're separating with something and you're giving it, right? And so, like, you sort of have to become an investor at heart. And what an investor at heart means is, you're saying, if I separate with this thing, what am I going to get? What am I going to get? So if you're separating with something, like, let's say you separate with money, dope. I'm separating with $1. What is going to come back to me? Is it going to be something that is worth more than the dollar? That's how investors think. And that's how, like, I'm starting to learn from certain investors now. Like, if you take $100, I want to take this $100 and I want to invest it. All right, cool. You put it out there. Am I acquiring something that is worth more than the $100? All right. Did I just do something that is worth more than the $100? And once you get really good at doing that, that's when you're essentially, you now have a posture. You have the same posture as an investor. You start small. You start, all right, yeah, well, you know what? I'm going to spend 30 minutes a day doing this thing. And then what and then you're investing 30 minutes, right? But then what's on the other side of the 30 minutes is worth more than what you even separated with. It's the time, right? Like you will. Let's say it's you being more healthy or healthier. Um, it's you being healthier. Dope. When you are healthier, you being healthier is worth more than the 30 minutes that you would have done something else. You may have spent 30 minutes perusing Facebook, right? When you are healthy, now that is worth more than the time you would have spent on Facebook. My hope, so here's an example, right? Right now, there's what, about like 80 of you on here? You're listening to the words, you're giving me time. Think about this. You're giving me time right now. So you're giving me your time. My hope is that what's on the other side of you spending or investing your time with me, you would say, hey, that was time well spent or time well invested. Because if I do something with what I heard, then that is worth more than the 20 minutes that I separated with to listen to Mike. Right? You're giving me time. You're investing your time in even hearing some of this stuff. So if every day you start to look at your time and your money and your energy from a standpoint of like, hey, like what am I investing in all the time? What am I investing in? There's a lot of you'll start to manifest the returns better. That's the reason why, like people that make, well, not everybody that makes vision boards, but people that work on conceptualizing what their return should be, they oftentimes do better than other people that don't, because there is no such thing as you magically working and then everything just falls into place. That doesn't happen. It never happens. It's damn near almost impossible. You have to create a picture of what all of the stuff, your time, energy, and money is being invested into. You have to create it. You have to draw it out. If it's a piece of paper, draw that shit out. Draw that shit out. How much money do you want to make? How much time do you want to spend, doing it? What type of lifestyle do you want? And you know what? It might sound really cliche. I've been hearing that shit for years. Hey, Mike, just take your dreams and just put your dreams on paper and just all you gotta do is just write it down and it's gonna come together and you're just gonna magically just become this amazing. No, that's not what it's about. It's about you crafting, you taking what desirables you have and putting it on paper. But then there's a cost to it. There's a cost to it. It's not about just dreaming. If you dream, you sleep, right? You got to wake your ass up and you have to say, all right, what do I need to invest to get that? It might be time. It might be money. It might be energy. Time, energy, money. And you start to work to it. And what happens, the more you work, and most people say, oh yeah, like, such and such got lucky. No. Well, you know what? No. The more you work, the luckier you get. The more you work, the luckier you get. But you have to invest. You have to invest. All right? You have to invest. You have to invest. You have to invest. Damn. But I'm using a key word here, invest. I'm not saying spend. Invest. When you invest, that means that your focal point is what are you going to get out of it? What are you going to get out of it? What are you going to get out of it? You have to invest. You have to invest. You got to like, please. Like once you start to conceptualize, like an example would be like I was working with somebody, and it was like advertising, and they were not willing to invest too much upfront on like advertising, and they were selling it was like this like package on like relationships or something like that. And it was funny because like after we got like $5,000 in sales and we had only spent like $100, then that's when there was no limit to how much they wanted to invest because they knew what the return was. That's investing. Otherwise, it's you spending. Spending and investing are two different things. So, oh man, I got some comments. Okay, Karen, love your videos. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Sarah, what's going on? What's going on, Sarah? Heather, what's up? Kalanda, hey, hey, how are you? The more you work, the luckier you get. Love that. Dope, dope, dope. Karen, but it's also what are you investing? What are investing? Yeah, hold on. What are investing in, and is it worth it? Yes, you gotta make sure it's worth it. You gotta make sure it's worth it. But that's your job, right? That's your job, right? Like your job is to say, is this worth it? Like if you're spending your time doing stuff, you always have to come back to, is this worth it? But it's very difficult. It's very difficult to answer that question if you don't know what you're working to. It's very difficult to answer that question if you don't know what you're working to. I man, I quoted someone the other day, um, and I'm probably gonna misspeak. I'm probably gonna misspeak the actual quote, but it was, distractions look like opportunities when you don't know where you're going. Distractions look like opportunities when you don't know where you're going. So it's very easy. It's very easy to um, it's like it's amazing. Like imagine like hold on, let me check this out, right? Check this out. I'm gonna do a little bit of math here, right? So let's just hypothetically say I live to the age of 80, right? Let's just say I live to the age of 80. 80 minus 36 is 44 more years, okay? 44 years, okay? So 44 years times 12 months is 528 months times 4. That's 2000, that's $2,100, right? Okay? Not dollars, I'm sorry, not dollars. 2,100 weeks. Weeks. 2,100 weeks, right? So imagine this, right? Think about this, and I want you to take this part kind of seriously, right? I'm 36 years old, and let's say I was to start counting down until the age of 80, right? Um, actually, you know what? Not even 80, because I can't continue doing this until the age of 80. So let's say I count down until the age of like 65. Let's just say 60, 65. Let's just say 65, right? 65 minus 36, 65 minus 36 is 29 more years, okay? 29 more years. 29 years times 12 months is 348 months I have left. 348 times 4 is 1,400, okay? 1,400. So think about this, okay? What if you had $1,400 in your bank account and you couldn't add anything to it? What if you had 1,400 weeks in your bank account and you couldn't add anything to it? Once this starts ticking down, you cannot add anything to it. You can't add anything to it. You now have to decide, all right, hold on, like, am I like is did I spend this week, was this week well spent? Was this week well spent? Like, was this week well spent? Shit, it's Monday already. I blinked. I blinked 3 times, and I could have, like, last Wednesday, I could still picture last Wednesday. Right? Time is flying by. These weeks are flying by. Imagine it's flying so fast, and you have to be a very good decision maker to say, hey, you know what? Like, I mean, I don't know how old you guys, I don't know how old you all are. I only have 1,300 more weeks. I only have 1392. I only have 1392 weeks in my life bank account. That's it. So if I need to save a certain amount so that I can retire comfortably, then I only have 1392 weeks to do it. If I want to build a certain lifestyle, if I want to create something that I can hand down to my children, then I only have 1392 weeks to do it. That's all I got. That's all I got, right? Like, so I need to invest my time wisely. I need to invest, you know? You gotta invest. Keep using that word, invest, not spend, invest, you know? So I'm the reason I'm coming on here is because I've been having some conversations with certain like people who are like entrepreneurs, and like I'm noticing a lot of people's perspective and their perception on investing is sort of flawed. Like it's based off of this like I kind of have to like learn my own lessons, and it's like why the hell would you have to learn your own lessons? Oh well, Mike, the type of person I am, I have to learn my own lessons, and I'm like that's what wise people call that foolish. Wise people call that foolish. There's a quote and it says, a smart man learns from his own mistakes. A dumb one never learns. A smart man learns from his own mistakes. A wise man learns from the mistakes of others. So if for every book you read, what you're doing is you're trying to educate yourself to not make the same mistakes as someone else. When you get coached, you're trying to not make the same mistakes as someone else. When you're taking a program or taking a course, you're trying not to learn certain lessons yourself. You need to minimize how many lessons you're trying to learn yourself. That is foolish. You need to invest to save yourself time, energy, and money. That is the acronym for system. SYSTEM. Save yourself time, energy, and money. When you buy wisdom, when you buy knowledge, when you invest in yourself, you're essentially creating a system to save yourself time, save yourself money, save yourself energy, so that this is optimized, right? Like right now, I just purchased a course this past week. This past week because there are lessons I don't want to learn myself. I ain't trying to learn this shit myself. You think I wanna go through what some of these people are going through, getting sued and losing thousands of dollars? You think I want to go through that? I don't want to go through that. Teach me how not to go through that. What did you learn? How did you avoid this? How did you make progress? How did you know what I mean? Invest. All right. So I hope this was time well invested. If you have any questions, please hit me up. Please also, follow my business page. Send my business page a message if you have any questions about business development, sales, marketing. If you ever want to have a discussion about, maybe how I could be a resource to your business, please let me know. But regardless of if you work with me or if you work with someone else, or whatever you do, just make sure you are always investing in yourself. All right. Always invest in yourself. All right. You guys have an amazing rest of the week. Take care.